Classical five-element acupuncture was brought to the Western world in the 1950s. It functions by treating each case individually and uniquely while addressing the cause of the person's problem. Each person can be dominant in a certain element and shows signs of the other elements as well. These elements are wood, metal, earth, fire, and water. The wood element represents expansion. It is associated in planning the bigger picture in your life. It allows us to see new possibilities and expand beyond our current limitations. Wood is the assertive force that drives our purpose and direction. We are able to plan and put our thoughts into action while being able to adapt to any unexpected changes thanks to this element. To be able to carry on with these plans, wood also provides us with the structure in the mind and body. In a healthy wood element, one thinks clearly and holds a strong vision of their life path. It is the loud voice in your head that keeps you going. The season associated with wood is spring, and it is represented by the color green, as new life emerges with vibrant color this time of year. Its smell is represented as rancid. Wood's physical association is with tendons, ligaments, the liver, and gallbladder. The health of your liver can also affect the health of your genitals. When wood is out of balance, hope can be abandoned, and we do not have the willpower to continue with our plans. We can experience chaotic thoughts and emotions, and joints could be either stiff or too loose. Anger and a short temper are also possible side effects, and the ability to let go of issues can be compromised when wood is not at its equilibrium. Metal is our wisdom and the spark of divine consciousness that keeps our plans in action. It is our source of guidance, approval, and self-esteem. Metal is responsible for inspiration and release, otherwise known as taking in and letting go. People with a dominant metal element can take pride in respect, quality, and moral value, and can come off as judgmental and self-righteous. They don't really care about how they look, but they could also have an impeccable sense of fashion. Good timing is also a quality of people with healthy metal. They usually look externally for inspiration, success, and self-esteem, and aren't necessarily limited to one source. Metal's color is white with a shine to it. Autumn is the season associated with metal, and its odor is rotten, like fallen leaves. Its sound is represented by a weeping noise. The organs associated with metal are the lungs, large intestine, and skin. An imbalanced metal element can lead us to experience an immense amount of grief and loss. We can feel cut off from our inspiration and disregard value and have a bad sense of timing. One of the worst side effects of an imbalanced metal could be experiencing an internal void and having a sense of emotional numbness. The earth element is very nurturing to our body. It provides us with what we need to prosper. The season this represents is late summer, when Mother Earth's creations are at their prime. People who display an earth element can be sympathetic and tend to be grounded. Their qualities usually attract other people in a pulling form. A person with strong earth could be very stable and have a clear mind, which helps them in their path. The color that represents earth is yellow. Like the sun that gives life to earth, similarly, the earth element gives life to our body. Its sound is a singing sound, and it has a sweet smell to it like a very ripe fruit. The physical representations of this element are the stomach and the spleen. Both provide support for our body through their functions. The spleen provides energy and emotional support to the rest of our body. In an unbalanced earth, the person can be very needy and seek sympathy from multiple sources. enough could never be enough, and they can feel malnourished in support, even when surrounded by love. They could be out of sync and chaotic. Every little occurrence can cause an unstable earth element to overstress. Fire brings our warmth and gratification of life. It allows for our connection with others and the universe. It gives us our passion and enthusiasm towards our actions and desires. A person with a strong fire element can have good blood flow throughout the body and is usually very happy. The light that fire provides gives understanding and awareness of the present moment. It allows us to perceive and communicate with an open heart. Fire is represented by the color red and has a charred or scorched odor. It can be heard as a laughing sound or lack thereof. There are many physical representations of fire. The first is the heart and the small intestine. The heart pumps blood throughout the body as fire communicates to the other elements. Fire can be very cleansing, and the small intestine operates in the same function. The other associations of fire are the pericardium, the protective layer of the heart, and the triple heater, which is the upper diaphragm, the epigastric region, and the lower torso. These determine the quality of connectedness to the internal and external world and allow us to maintain our equilibrium. People that are out of balance in fire can give too much of themselves to others, allowing them to be easily hurt and shut down and be overprotective. This could be accompanied by poor blood flow throughout the body and large mood swings. Their joy and passion in life can be waned, and they could feel lonely and resentful. In extreme cases, their spark could be non-existent and they could be in a state of desperation. Water is the element that brings all other elements together and is essential for functioning properly. This directly applies physically, as all parts of the body need proper hydration to operate. It can act as a filter for all other elements as well. People strong in water element can have good clarity and focus, and their thoughts are very fluid. The season associated with water is winter, and is represented by the color blue. The sound of water can be heard as groaning or an uncertain hesitance. A person with the dominant water element can smell putrid like a swamp. The kidneys are associated with water as they filter our impurities and create balance. Energetically speaking, they allow for wisdom and deep understanding. They also have an effect on a person's survival. The bladder is the second physical association for water. This is important in maintaining our reserves for the mental, physical, and spiritual aspects of life. In an imbalance of water, our thoughts can be very foggy and they would come off as rambling ideas. We are very fearful and let it control our life or have a complete disregard for fear. Dehydration and accumulated toxicity are associated with unbalanced water. We could feel stuck in life and could be in denial of dangers. In classical 5-element acupuncture, when our elements are working together in synchronicity, we are able to fully enjoy our lives. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a better understanding of this concept.